I closed my windows because it is really loud outside, but it's also really hot in here. And so now I am sweating in my own room. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Pilots. This is our sixth session, but our seventh video, and we only have two more after this, so we're getting down to the wire. I can do more if everybody's really digging this program, and I hope that you're really digging this program because the whole point of it is to be helpful and people to like it and find it useful. But for the purposes of my thesis, we're only doing 8 sessions, so I can collect data and evaluate it and graduate. So what we're going to talk about today is a lot less heavy than last week's. Like I said, we're going to work on self-care and self-love. I know that I've been interspersing little self-care tips throughout the entire program. And they've just been like little hobbies telling you to take a break from the things that you need to do and do the things that you want to do instead, which is great. That is self-care. But there's other forms of self-care, which is doing the things that you need to do. And sometimes it's really hard to get motivated and feel productive. So we're going to work on trying to find a way to make ourselves feel more productive and to break things down, kind of like the SMART goals, and make them more manageable. We're also going to be talking about self-love because I've been telling you a lot about understanding who you are and what you want, but I haven't really talked much about how to accept yourself for who you are and what you want. And so we're going to talk about that. And I'm really excited. I feel like this is going to be a fun one. This is going to be a lot of self-exploration and getting things done. And I have a lot of things that I need to get done today. You can see that I dyed my hair this morning. I might show you that. I might not. I don't know. I baked a mango tart. That didn't go that well, but I still did it, and I worked on some work stuff, and I still have a lot more to do because I'm going to Washington tomorrow for Mother's Day, so you're going to help me while I help you, and I'm going to get all the stuff done. I might film it later, though, because it is extremely hot in my room. I closed the windows because it's really loud when cars go by, and I am literally sweating in my own room right now. I don't know how Bert is like alive. You can't really see him. There you go. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's like completely sprawled out and loving the heat, whereas I am melting like a popsicle. Okay, so what we're first going to work on is we're going to create a to-do. We're going to do a to-do list, and then I'm going to show you a bullet journal, which is something that you can do at home. It's pretty creative, or you can just break out a planner if you don't want to do it on your own. But I'm going to show you those things, and hopefully they will help you feel a little bit more productive as I myself create a list for things that I need to do. So let's go. You ever sweat so much? What if I just film this in Washington instead? No, because everything that I have to do is here in California right now. Okay, I'm going to pause this. I'm going to do this when it's less scalding in my room. So I waited until it was a lot less hot in my room, and now it's nighttime and the lighting faded. So I am making use of how my eyes, I should not have looked directly into that. I'm making use of a light that I got from Target like 2 years ago and I never use to supplement the lighting of my cactus and my string lights, which did not provide enough light. I could do my overhead light, but it's really harsh, and I don't like the vibes that it gives off. So these are the vibes that I'm setting right now, is photo studio with teenage girl bedroom. I don't know what vibe those give off, but Urban Outfitters. One of those is from Urban Outfitters. I'll let you guess which. Anyways, that's off topic. But so I came back to talk to you about self-care and self-love. This is going to be a little bit more of a lecture-based video. Like I said, some of them fluctuate. I know a lot of them are lecture-based because it's like, I can't have a dialogue with you, so how can it be participation-based? But like in some of them, I give you specific activities to do and specific things that you could participate in along with me. And you can totally make a to-do list, or you can use any of the bullet journal ideas that I'm about to give you, because those are specific ideas of things. But I just wanted to talk to you as well and kind of give you a pep talk, not a lecture, a pep talk about self-care and self-love. So we're going to start with self-care, because self-care is self-love. When you take care of yourself, you are loving yourself. That they go together, they're married. Um, I've given you a lot of different self-care tips throughout these sessions, throughout these videos. And a lot of them are me doing things that I like to do, doing different activities that make me feel confident, make me feel better. And these are just examples. I can't tell you what your self-care is, because it can be anything. So long as you are taking care of yourself, there you go, in the name, so long as you're doing something that makes you feel good, makes you feel better, makes you feel productive and loved and relaxed, it's self-care. So long as you're doing something healthy, not hurting yourself, not hurting others, it can be self-care. Some examples of self-care would be me. I love to do to-do lists. I let a lot of stuff build up and I get stressed out. And I gave you a lot of those, all those activities that I gave you, the cognitive behavioral therapy sheets, the breaking down your stress, breaking down your goals, that's all self-care too, because you are making it easier for yourself to live, and that is taking care of yourself. So doing therapy, doing self-talk. There was a cute little like Pinterest thing that I brought up that I can show you. I really liked this, is this little guy is 8 types of self-care. It's physical, nutrition, exercise and sleep, mental, mindfulness, self-talk and therapy, emotional, gratitude, checking on your triggers and doing journaling, spiritual, meditate, go into nature, do some yoga, intellectual, read, learn, hobbies, environment, clean, I don't know what safety, be safe in your environment, look for rattlesnakes, decorate your environment, your room, make your room look nice. Oh, clean your room, make sure things are safe. I don't know. And social boundaries, make connections, financial, budget, save. I loved that when I was looking at it. I could have made one myself, but I really liked the cute little graphics of that. I can put that cute little graphic in the description for you to use later. But so for me, this stuff, I like to do certain things. Like I've told you, I like to bake sometimes. Today I felt overwhelmed and I felt like I needed to de-stress before I filmed this video. Not that this isn't fun. I have fun doing this. It's just, I'm doing something. I'm providing you guys with something, and it can be stressful because I want to make sure that I'm doing a good job. So beforehand, I will de-stress. So I baked, and then I filmed a little bit and it got too hot. So we overthrew the system. It's a Father John Misty lyric. That was so silly. It got too hot. So I took a break, watched a movie, ate dinner, and now I'm back because I feel refreshed and I feel ready to do this because I took care of myself. So for me, practicing my hobbies and making lists and, you know, just ticking off small accomplishments makes me feel like I've been cared for. It can look different for you, but, you know, it can be as simple as just doing 5 minutes of yoga or writing down what you need to do for the day. It's whatever you want it to be, like I said. So I'll share with you my to-do list that I made. I've ticked off a lot of the stuff that I did today, and some of them were self-care things. Like they weren't things that I necessarily needed to do, but I did them anyways. Hold on. Okay, so I made this like really rudimentary to-do list. I like having physical things because I like to cross it off, but for the purposes of showing you, it's easier if I do this. But I hennaed my hair, I baked a mango tart, I took out the trash and did my dishes. I have not packed yet. And to make something as big as packing into something smaller and more manageable, I broke it down into the things that I need. I watered my plants. I have not checked on my snake yet because I'm leaving and I need to make sure her heat lamp is working and that she has water. Not that she needs a heat lamp right now because it's 1,000,000 degrees. Film video, I'm filming it right now. I already did the intro, so I can do a little asterisk right there. Now we're talking about self-love or self-care, which means I can put a little I don't know what this is called. And then we're gonna talk about self-love and do the conclusion. I took a shower, I haven't done my work stuff, which I need to. And I broke that down into the literacy assignments and going global assignments. And then I need to clean my room before I leave because it's a mess and it keeps bugging me. But that's like a small example of something that I like to do to break down not only the things that I need to do, but the things that I want to do. And that's my self-care. And I've already showed you a ton of stuff. Like I said, in each video, I've shown you my versions of self-care. Yours can be whatever you want. Just make sure that they're healthy and make sure that you're not doing something that can later lead to you feeling worse and having more stress and anxiety because of what it was. Just make sure that you're making healthy choices and you're doing things that'll better you and move you forward and progress you rather than bring you back. So that's some self-care right there. Very short, sweet, and to the point. I don't think that this is going to be a very long video, but there you go. And then, like I said, self-care is self-love. Oh, bullet journals. I was going to talk to you about bullet journals. I'm not much of a bullet journal kind of gal. I like to have things already kind of like plugged in for me so I can just like very easily like put in my stuff. But if you are on the creative side, bullet journals are really cool, really creative way to like, I saw one that like put down the things that you do when you're sad. And so it had like little drawings of like sweaters and tea and like going for a run. And it had like little examples of that. And then it had different ideas. I can show you. It's probably better if I show you anyways. Hold on just a second. Bullet. My best friend makes bullet journals and hers are very creative and cool. And my creativity is in a different facet. So I'll just show you examples of things that other people have made because theirs are good. So this is the one that I was talking about. When you feel sad, put on a pretty outfit. I like doing that too. I was thinking about doing that today, and then I went for comfort over vanity, which you don't have to. I wore that dress yesterday, and I felt really good about myself because it's been a long time since I've been able to dress up and go anywhere. Light a candle, call a friend, read a book, listen to happy songs. So like that's a very cute idea, and then you can see like in the corner when it doesn't like light up like that, they have what they need to do for the week, and that's really cool. And then there was one that was like a video. Oh, I love this. It shows you. So you can like block out and write out your week, and you can design it however you want. This page has so many different ideas for like creative stuff that you can do for it, but they have like these little stickers that they put on. Yeah, and then you can organize the stuff that you need to do for the week, but it doesn't even have to be just like planning out like tasks like that other one showed you, or like this one's like an about me, and you can like put little fun stuff about yourself or like your playlist, and you can like draw out music that you like. Self-care routine, look at that. You could put that in your bullet journal and then you could tick off stuff that you did. It's so cute. I'm gonna link this because it's so many good ideas of stuff that you could do and keep track of, and like you can even like mood track in there, and so like you could use all the stuff that I've given you from previous sessions, and you can like put it in and be like, today I was stressed, it is this date, this is what I was doing, this is how I felt, how I reacted to it. And that can be your cognitive behavioral therapy that you design yourself and you put in there. And that's like, there's so many different ways that you can organize and make sure that you're keeping track of stuff that you like, stuff that you need, and just general things about you. So I really recommend that. I might make one now, but I've seen all these like really cute ideas. I really dig that. I think I have empty journals somewhere around here, but I use them for camp a lot of the time. So I like to save them for that. But sorry, I got like really hyped up about those bullet journals. It was really exciting. So now I'm going to segue into self-love. Self-love is being able to look in the mirror and say, there might be things about myself that I don't like right now, but that's okay, and I can change them. But out of a place of love, not a place of malice, not a place of hatred, not a place of saying like, I'm the worst, why am I like this, and not being kind to yourself. If you would offer that kind of advice to your best friend, you wouldn't be a very good friend, right? So why would you say that to yourself? So practicing self-love is being able to say, as an example, I used to be really snappy. I used to be really mean when I got frustrated with people. And I realized that I was alienating people and that I wasn't being a very good friend. So, out of a place of love, out of a place of forgiveness, I thought about how I would react and I worked at that. And I worked at being less angry and holding people to less high of expectations. And I was able to forgive myself for the damage that I had done. I was able to love myself and say, it's okay. People make mistakes. People can change. And that is self-love, is allowing yourself to change, allowing yourself to grow, and allowing yourself to have different interests, different friends, different values, different ways of identifying. It is totally fine to change. It is totally fine to grow. It is okay to not feel so confident, as long as you're loving yourself and you're allowing yourself to grow back into that confidence through kindness towards yourself, through love for yourself. Stuff like this is really hard because, like I said with self-care, there's no wrong or right way to practice self-love, so long as you're doing it in a healthy way that doesn't end up harming you or other people. So it can be looking yourself in the mirror in the morning and saying 3 things you like about yourself. It can be writing down the things that you don't like about yourself and a plan for how you can improve it in a healthy, safe way. It can be making sure you practice self-care every day and do your hobbies and make sure that you're feeling happy and less stressed. It can be that cognitive behavioral therapy. It can be whatever tools you need to use to make yourself feel like you are worth love and you are worth happiness, because you are. And I promise you, I'm going to say that so many times, you are worth love, especially from yourself. You are worth being happy. You are worth feeling better, feeling confident, feeling proud. I don't know how long it took me to realize that about myself. I had a really long time of coming into my own self-confidence, and I think a lot of that came from, oh my gosh, I'm getting like emotional right now. A lot of that came from working with kids and talking to them about it and saying, you know, the things that I had been through and how I had struggled to be okay with my weight and with my anxiety and with my general behavior. And there were some things that I changed about myself because I didn't like them. You know, like I said, I was kind of a snippy person. I've also worked out more and made sure that I eat healthier because I didn't used to. And so when I started realizing that I was worth that care, worth that time, worth that effort, you know, if I put in so much effort for all of my friends, all of my loved ones, to take care of them, to be around them, to love them, I deserved it too. And that was something that I had to actively work at and actively had to remind myself of. And it can be hard at times. I know that, like, I'm so cavalier about it sometimes, and I'm just like, you should love yourself and you should do all of this stuff, but it can be really hard to motivate, and I recognize that. So I'm not going to tell you that you have to be on all the time. You can have your off days, you can have your days where you don't want to practice the things that I've offered to you, that you just want to lie in bed and feel like crap. You can have those days, but just remind yourself that that time will end and that you are worth it ending. You are worth being pulled out of that and being put back into a happier place, because happy times will come again, less stress will happen, less anxiety will happen, and you will feel better about yourself, and you will feel like you've grown and done the things that you needed to do, so long as you're making sure to actively remind yourself and put yourself in that happy and safe place. So practicing these things can take time, can take effort, but the more you practice, the more you take time to take care of yourself, take breaks from big things and say, like, hey, I deserve to have some time to watch my favorite show, or I deserve to look in the mirror and say, I look great today. I feel great today. I'm going to nail that presentation. I'm going to take out the trash like the person outside is doing right now, and I'm going to do great things. Remind yourself, gas yourself up every once in a while. Put in that effort. And I promise you, the more that you practice and the more you try, the better you're going to feel and the easier it's going to get. And that's just really going to help with kind of those protective factors that make you feel more emotionally ready to be with yourself and to handle your things that you're doing is when you feel good about yourself and you feel good about the things that you're doing. Um, so, like I said, this was Pep Talk City. Only gave like a couple of like physical, like showing you examples. I wish that I could give you more examples, but I can put whatever I find in the description. The next session is going to be another heavier one. It's going to be about depression. So just warning you about that. If you can't handle that, you can take the survey and you can say, I can't do this. Totally fine. That's self-care, is knowing your boundaries, setting your boundaries. But I am really excited to be moving forward, and please let me know. Do the survey for this one and let me know in the comments how you feel about it. If you feel like you have other suggestions for self-care and self-love, or if you have a different perspective on it, go ahead and share. There's no right or wrong way, so long as you're being healthy and you're coming from a place of love and kindness with yourself. So have a great, until the next time I upload a video, and stay cool because it's starting to get really, really hot. So thank you. My roommate's playing John Mayer in the background. We listened to like 7 albums of John Mayer today. That's self-love right there, baby. Self-love for me is listening to Hosier on repeat and then crying. Self-love is having a good cry sometimes.